In what has been said of the evolution of vicarious leisure class and its differentiation from the general body of working classes, reference has been made to a further division of labor that between different servant classes. One portion of the servant class, chiefly those persons whose occupation is vicarious leisure, come to undertake a new subsidiary range of duties, the vicarious consumption of goods. This most primitive differentiation in consumption of goods is like the later differentiation with which we are all so intimately familiar, in that it is largely of a ceremonial character, but unlike the latter it does not rest on a difference in accumulated wealth. The utility of consumption as an evidence of wealth is to be classed as a derivative of growth. It is only at the relatively early stage of culture that the symptoms of expensive vice are conventionally accepted as marks of a superior status. During the early stages of economic development, consumption of goods without stint, especially consumption of better grades good, ideally all consumption in excess of the subsistence minimum, pertains normally to the leisure class. This restriction tends to disappear, at least formally, after the later peaceable stage has been reached, with private ownerships of goods and an industrial system based on wage labor or on the petty household economy. But during the early quasi-peaceful stage, when so many of the traditions through which the institution of leisure class has affected the economic life of latter times were taking form and consistency, this principle has had the force of a conventional law. It has served as the norm to which consumption has tended to conform, and any appreciable departure from it has to be regarded as a aberrant form, eliminated sooner or later. Conspicuous consumption of valuable goods is a means of reputability to the gentleman of leisure. As wealth accumulates on his hands, his own unaided efforts will not avail to sufficiently put his abilities in evidence by this movement. The aid of friends and competitors is therefore bought, and by restoring to giving the valuable presents and expensive
Quem cresce, né? Isso é a pior coisa.
so agility before the pressure of physical want as to deny themselves all gratification of this higher spiritual need.